Hey everybody, it's Brandy here from the G45 design team, and I wasn't planning on doing a tutorial today. I was just working on some ornaments for my own Christmas tree. I'm going to try to do all handmade this year, and of course I'm using my G45 paper. I'm going with a blue, white, and pink theme, so this paper is perfect for the tree. It's the 12 Days of Christmas collection. So I wanted to show y'all quickly how to do these 3D paper hearts really easily. I was going to hang them at first, and then I decided just to do them one-sided and just set them in my tree. So I have them different sizes, and how I got my star shape was I just printed out a template online, and you can just look up Google Images, Yahoo, whatever you have, or you can just freehand a heart, however you want to do it. So just cut out a few heart shapes. The next step I'm doing is I'm just distressing up all of my edges, and I'm going to use the back side of this one. These are so easy and quick to do. They're like 2-minute ornaments to go in your tree. And then I'm also going to show you how to do another 3D ornament. Okay, so after you have that, all you're going to do is start folding your star in half to get your score lines. So you're going to make, I act like these are the arms, like this is the head, arms, legs, and then I just fold it in half that way. So make the arms like hug each other, and then fold down the middle. Try to get it lined up as perfectly as possible. My stars aren't exactly perfect, so it's not going to line up exact. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder to give myself a nice crease. Okay, change it, do it all the way around till every section is creased down the center. Okay, flip it, and again. You can also print out, I don't know if you saw my template, it had the fold lines on there for you. And first I tried to use that as a guide, but it's easier just to do it on your own. Quicker and easier. Okay, one more after this one. And then all I do is I use a little bit of hot glue just to make mine a little bit more rigid, but they stay on their own already pretty well. Since the back of mine is not going to be showing, I just added a good gob of hot glue in there. Okay, so now you have your score lines all the way across. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so you're going to take this part right here. It's hard to explain, the inner parts of the fold lines, and just go inward like that. Okay, and just get a good nice inside fold all the way around your star. And you'll see how it starts to form the 3D effect. You can kind of set it down and fold it a little bit better until you start to get that nice 3D effect. Okay, and then after I have that, what I do is I go in with some hot glue. I'm going to add a gob to the back of it just to give myself some stiffness. But it will stay pretty much like this on its own. Okay, so there's your little 3D paper heart. Super easy. So like I said, I just go in with some hot glue and add a little bit around the center of mine. And as this dries, it keeps your papers, like I got it to where it's going into all the little creases. Just makes it extra stiff. So while it's like this, I just kind of play with scrunching it, making it a little bit more 3D. Okay, and then I'll just hold it and let it dry. And when it is completely dry, it will look like this, really 3D. Like these ones, and then I also have some bigger ones that I've made. Super easy to do, you all. Wonderful little tree decorations. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make some circle paper ornaments, and all you're going to need for this is, I'm using my Spellbinders Nestabilities circles. If you don't have these, you can use anything you have in your house that has a circle, and you can trace it onto the paper. You're going to need 12 circles of any size you want to do for your ornaments. I'm going to do this size right here. I'll give you a measurement really quickly. It's about 2.5 inches across. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get my die cutting machine ready, and I will show y'all how to do these. Okay, I've got all of my circles cut out, and I'm just taking my frayed burlap distress ink and inking the edges on both sides of the paper all the way around. And then I'm just going to fold them in half. And I'm alternating the sides of mine. I mean, I know these are both pink sheets of paper, but you know, there's a lighter side and then there's a darker side with the more prints on there. So I'm just alternating them and folding one and one like this. And I'm just going to start laying them on top of each other after they are folded, just like this. Okay, and after I fold them in half, I just take my bone folder again and make sure I have a nice good crease there. And last one. Okay, now there's a couple of options when you get to this point. I'm going to use a stapler. If you don't have a stapler, you can wrap them in wire. Anything you need to do to get these all adhered together from this middle point. Okay, so I'm going to try to actually staple mine. This tiny attacher may very well not go through all of this, so let's give it a try and see if it will. I'm just using the tiny attacher from Tim Holtz. And it's not reaching through all of them. Okay, so we're going to use wire. Just ignore that. Or even string if you wanted to. Okay, since my stapler didn't work, I'm going to use some floral wire. You can use string, you can use anything you want. You can even glue these together down the center of each one if you want. But I'm going to try some floral wire. That way I can easily attach my little hook right to it. Okay, so I'm going to go right through the center again. Lining this up the best that I can, as perfect as possible. Okay, then I'm going to go right up here to the top of it and just twist this together really tightly. Okay, just like that. Get it to come into focus really quickly. Okay, and then I'm going to just make sure it's nice and straight on this fold line. Okay, then you can even make like a little loop here with your wire for it to hang on your tree perfectly. Okay, so I'm just going to leave a little bit of excess wire. Just trying to make sure this is extra tight. Okay, and I'm going to cut off a little bit and just leave a little bit of excess wire. This will give me something to hold on to and something to hang it from my tree with, okay? So that is what we have so far. Okay, now I'm going to start folding these, some back, some forward, one back, one forward, till we create like a 3D ball. And you can of course leave it like this and you have a really cool 3D ornament already, but we're going to go just a little step further. Okay, so you can see already you would have a really pretty little ornament. Get it perfectly straightened, or evenly spaced apart, I guess I should say. And you'd have a beautiful little ornament to hang from your tree. This paper lawn is just gorgeous, okay? But we're going to go a step further. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be gluing these together. We're going to be gluing about 1/3 from the top and 1/3 from the bottom, and we're going to alternate doing that. So I'm just going to use hot glue. So I'm going to place a little bit of hot glue here. Then I'm going to take the one behind it, and I'm going to glue these together. Okay. Okay, and now you adhere these two together. So start on the back side of this one and add a little glue dot about right there. Not much, just a little glue dot. And let it dry for a little bit just before you stick it on there. Okay, and then adhere these together. And again, you're going to alternate to up here. Okay. And you can spread these out as you go, or you can wait until you're done and do it. So what you'll do is you'll be spreading these apart, like so. Hopefully you can see the effect that you're going to get when it's all done. Okay, so we're going to go back down to here. Okay, once you start getting to the end, it starts getting pretty tight, so you'll want to go around and kind of bend it, not too hard, but kind of start spreading out your honeycomb type shape. Okay, because we have 2 more glues to do and then we're out. And you can see we're kind of running out of room over here, and we want it to be nice and tight, okay? So just go around and kind of spread them out before you do your last couple of glues. That way it doesn't tear on you or stretch and rip. Okay, last glue, you all. And it will be done, and it just fits perfect. If you get to a problem where you're making these and it's stretching too much and it's not going together nicely, you can add a couple more circles in there. Just fold them in half and glue them in. Or you can start out with more circles, like start out with 14 instead of 12 like I did. Anything you need to do to get this to fit. I like the look of a nice tight one, so that's why I do 12. So this is your ornament. Of course I have some glue strings and nothing's perfect yet, but you can see just how cool this little 3D ornament is. Very, very cool. Okay, and I've got some parts where it's stretching a little bit, so just add a little bit more glue in there, seal them up. If you see any white being torn, like right in there, I do, no big deal, just a little bit of glue, seal it back up, hold it until it's done. Okay, see if I see any more white. See, my last one there stretched pretty far, so I'll try to make that my end one. So maybe you all might want to start out with 14. Let's do 14 circles instead of 12, because I don't want you all to encounter that problem like I did. I mean, it fits, but that last one is much bigger than the other side. Let me bend this part in. So you just got to go in with your fingers and just kind of spread it all apart. And this is your nice little ball, you all. I hope you like the tutorial. If you have any questions at all, just leave me a comment down below. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye, y'all.